Hey, good morning, API security community. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us for this year's API Secure Conference. We are so excited to have you here. We have 2 amazing days of presentations and workshops for those of you who are API hackers, penetration testers, bug bounty hunters, on the red track, on the blue track, for you defenders who are on a day-to-day basis defending your APIs and looking for help. We also have an additional track this year, which I'm super excited about, called the purple track. Now, some of you may notice that some of the presentations aren't perfectly aligned on the tracks. That's simply just because we had so many speakers come in that wanted to speak that we had some issues trying to fit them into the appropriate track. So make sure you take a look at that presentation title. Make sure that just because it's in a red track, blue track, or purple track, or solutions track, that it's the right talk that you want to attend. So I'm super excited to be here with Mehdi as well as Mel Knight, and we'll go ahead and bring them onto the stage. But Mel and I are super excited about this year's conference, to be back for another year. For those of you who are returning attendees or speakers from last year, our inaugural year was incredibly successful. I'm sure Mehdi can attest to that. We had an awesome 1,800 attendee turnout across, was it 80 speakers? So, we're continuing to make this conference better, and we're super excited for this 2023 version. So I have a tendency to monopolize the stage, so I'll open it up to Mehdi and Mel to come and join me and discuss this year's conference.
Yeah, thank Alissa. Thank Mel is on the night side, so I will just take this one, and Mel, you will be able to end this opening. Yeah, no, API Days conferences is the partner of Night Media and Night Events here for this event. And yes, API Days has been a conference for the last 10 years, promoting the API mindset on the technical side first, over and over, with more and more business people involved on the business side. But we really try to push this API mindset. Over approximately 80 events, we always had business tracks and technical tracks. And in all our technical tracks, we always had a security track, an API security tracks, but that was not something really, let's say, sexy at the time, or a large focus. People were mostly focused on the design, the life cycle, the management. But now, over time, security has been more and more important. And finally, we see this like API practitioner community and this security community like merging. And this is what we're building with API Secure and with you. So we did an event last year. We do another this year. Same turnout. A lot of great speakers too. And yes, this is why the API Days conference series will continue to support the API security topic. Last year, we've seen a huge boom on the API security industry, probably because of COVID, everybody remote. We were opening endpoints everywhere. So attackers, the surface attack has grown a lot. And so finally, it has been the topic of the year in the API industry. This is why we reached you and you reached us to make this first API secure. And this is why we are continuing this effort to educate the community, to gather these feedbacks, and to keep this API security as the main topic of the industry, because it's a threat for many industries. Like there's no such thing as a private API or a secure API unless you do the right thing. And this is why in the API Secure, we really want to have these topics covered. So again, we're really glad to continue the partnership, to continue to provide this API security only conference. And yes, Mel, I give it to you, but just to say, we're really glad to have this partnership again.
Yeah, and I'll just chime in here with Mel. So I did forget to mention, for those of you who are interested, yesterday we did announce that we will be streaming the new Scorched Earth episode 1 for this new series. And every episode within the Scorched Earth series is based on the OWASP API Security Top 10 vulnerabilities. So this first episode is called Bola, and that will be premiering tonight. There is a time change on that. In the initial announcements, we said that movie would be premiering at 5:30 on stage 1. That has been pushed back to 6:30. So for those of you who are interested in joining us, that will be actually starting on stage 1 at 6:30 p.m. And that is the new TV series from Night Studios that will be premiering tonight. Just a quick breakdown of the tracks. The red track is for those of you who are looking for developing your capacity in tactics and techniques in hacking APIs. So for you penetration testers, you red teamers, bug bounty hunters, that sort of thing. And I'm super honored to have Dr. Katie Paxton-Fear here as a keynote speaker, who many of you know as definitely doesn't need any sort of introduction. So I'll be welcoming her onto the stage here shortly. But yeah, Mel, I don't want to crowd you. You want to jump in here and add anything?
No, great. Thank you, Alyssa. Super excited to be here for the second year of Apisecure. We have a great lineup of speakers, influencers, personalities, bounty hunters in the API security world. So we're very excited to have them all speak today. And one new track we've added to the conference was a purple side. So we have the solutions track, as Alyssa mentioned, the red track, the blue track, and now the purple track. So without further ado, I'll ping it off to Alyssa to introduce our new keynote for this conference, and we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely excited about this year's keynotes. I'm sure many of you saw last year's conference. For those of you who didn't see last year's conference, we actually have the videos available on the Apisecure website. We had some amazing keynotes last year. Dr. Katie Paxton-Fear was with us as well last year, so she's a returning alumni to the Apisecure stages. But we had Dave DeWalt from Night Dragon. I am actually super excited to announce that we have Corey J. Ball here, as many of you know, who literally wrote the book on hacking APIs. So yeah, as Mel mentioned, we have some amazing influencers and personalities within the cybersecurity, specifically the API security community.